Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon.
So be sure to text Ready to Buy, that's Ready to Buy, to the number on the screen. Starting pricing for low-end software, $100. And starting pricing for high-end software, $500.
We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal's buyer's protection guarantee.
The Naughty Bear, thank you, said, very curious on your thoughts of just Pearly Things comments on slavery. I have no idea who in the Pearly Things is just Pearly Things, but Pearly Things, who the hell is just Pearly Things? It's a podcast?
Never heard of them.
I think it's a girl. It says just Pearly Things racist. Sitting there letting that man speak racism. Let's see what this is all about. Pearly Things sits down with known racists to white-splain about how slavery wasn't that bad. Okay, hang on a second. Naughty Bear, you paid for this. Let's get into it. Hang on a second. Now, I don't know who this little biatch is, but okay, let's find out.
I took it out of its context. Tell me, how do you explain away this?
One way. Yeah. America being one. That was when more immigration happened and the culture. We sort of lost the culture.
Yeah, because the lesson of World War II, based on the horrors of the Holocaust, is like, this is what happens when nationalism goes awry. This is what happens when nationalism goes
But your
too far.
argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. What do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it.
I deny some of the parts of
You
it.
deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You
Right.
think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Is it echoing in your ear?
You're
You're gonna get yourself
This sounds
canceled.
similar to
No.
the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do is they embellish, and I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
Bitch, I know you. Hold on. Now it's gonna piss me off.
Now, that's her in her own words.
I paused it.
Interesting.
So she's saying slavery, the whole idea of slavery was embellished to control black people?
They're saying, I guess, the severity of it. She's saying the severity of it
It was
made
not
it-
as gruesome as it was?
right. That's basically what she's saying, and he's saying that about those other
The
people.
Holocaust, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's a white person saying that about other white people, but she's a white person saying this about black people. You know what I mean? So
You know what I think? I think she's gotten exactly what she wanted out of that comment. Because we're up here talking about her.
yeah, well, first of all, homeboy just asked for that. I never heard of this
Yeah.
broad in
I'm talking about
in my life. What she feels doesn't make much difference to me, other than but you see, if she feels that way, you got to wonder how many other white people who are in control are thinking the same way.
Mm-hmm.
That's real funny. That's real funny.
Hmm.
That's real funny how they could go, oh, it really wasn't that, whatchamacallit said he created a myth for black people to live by. Alex Haley, he's the one that created Roots. Now, what you don't understand, little white girl, is you don't know what part of it was the myth. See, the myth wasn't the brutality that existed during slavery. That's not the myth that fucking Alex Haley helped to embellish upon and reinforce. The myth that he helped to reinforce is that we were all from fucking Africa and brought here on some transatlantic slave trade. That's the myth that he embellished upon, not the brutality that happened during slavery, although there was a lot of indentured servitude going on, which they do not talk about, that black people were in. Black people were able to buy their freedom. A lot of black people bought their freedom and all that type of shit. So, maybe in some places it wasn't all the same everywhere, put it that way. It wasn't all the same everywhere. And even though slavery is bad, but it's every plantation wasn't as depicted in Roots. And all of slavery was not necessarily as depicted in Roots, nor is all of history as depicted by the historians. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got to go by these stories. They say the victors write history, so whoever won the war are the ones that are able to write history. Truly Zambian said, respect to Giovanni again. Homie is dope B Mike and compliments Lord Jamar well on the show with his insights and the jewels he drops. Appreciate you, Truly Zambian.
Appreciate you, Zambian. I appreciate you, my brother.
And that's a very intelligent
That's why they call it history, man, because it's his story. You feel me?
Facts. So I don't know. Am I gonna let that white girl let me actually digest it? Because maybe, just maybe, a part of what she's saying is right. Now that I think about it. It's just you don't want to hear it from the white girl. You don't want to hear it from the little white bitch. But yeah, a lot of things have been embellished upon on all fronts. We've all been lied to try to get, people to control motherfuckers and all of that type of shit. So she has 1.37 million subscribers. Interestingly enough, she has mostly Nigerian employees. She also says she is against reparations. I don't really know what you want me to say about that. Like,
let me say something about that.
Go ahead.
Because I'm guessing this person is saying she has mostly Nigerian employees to try to make us not think she's racist. Just because a white person is willing to give you a job.
I think they're saying that she is racist.
Oh, okay.
Like that she has a lot of black employees, and this is how she feels. You know what I mean? As far as she employs probably a lot of black people to make them almost like her slaves. You know what I mean? Like she likes black people working for her.
Working for her,
She says she's against reparations.
I'm actually I'm against reparation only if you're gonna just give niggas cash. I'm against that. I feel reparations, it should be a whole package. I feel like you should change the curriculums. You should give back stolen land. I feel like black people shouldn't pay taxes anymore, shit like that. Because if you just
Right.
give niggas,
Absolutely.
if you give niggas bread, black people just gonna take the money. Niggas
That's
gonna
what
go cop
everybody says.
Casamigo. Yeah,
And,
niggas gonna cop
and you're right, and you're probably right. But here's the
and give the
thing.
money back to them.
Here's the thing. If all that was being offered was just money, do you think that people should take it? Because at the end of the day, we assume that motherfucker's going to spend it wrong, but not everybody's going to spend it wrong. You know what I mean? There's going to be a small portion of the population that does right with that money and starts nation building with that
now
money.
Think about this now. Let's say they give every black person reparation $500K, right? Now you have inflation. That $500K is only probably going to be worth maybe $100K now.
Oh yeah, they can.
So now, what
definitely
can
do
you
that.
really do with that?
They can do that. They can do that. But at the same time, they'd be hurting the all economy. They would be fucking up everybody's money.
But think about it is the powers that be, inflation could go as high as they want. They got the bread. Let's say if a loaf of bread go up to $3,000, these motherfuckers who own all these companies and these waters in fucking France and all that, these rich white motherfuckers, they could afford it. But unfortunately, the people who have 9-to-5s won't be able to afford that if they give everybody $500K.
I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think it's healthy for us to say, I don't think we should get reparations if such and such. Like, I don't even want to say that at all. Like, we should definitely get reparations.
Oh, we should.
And now we got to just figure out how it's, you know what I mean? But I don't even want to speak those words into existence. You understand what I'm saying? Like, saying the words, I don't think we should get reparations. Mm-hmm. You could stop it right there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they could cut your conversation off. They could have you recorded and then cut you off right there. And that's all the people hear from you. So we don't even want to say shit like that. Yeah. Like,
no, I think we should get reparations,
right?
But I think
it shouldn't also just be cash.
Cash, yeah. They need to change the way.
You see, but that's a different way to say it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's right. All I'm.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely what I mean? Correct.
We gotta be careful with how we word shit sometimes and present it and all of that.
Because they could always edit shit out.
Yeah, and you can also send out subliminal, subconscious messages by saying shit like that. Some people, all they hear is that first part of the sentence. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
In their minds, like that's all they caught on to, and it's like, don't even give them that.
Because I tell you what, man, money don't mean nothing if you ain't gonna have respect.
Shinieri Ford says, my favorite line from you, God. She loves men that trick like Halloween and treat. You ain't paid and your grade is incomplete. All right. Thank you. Appreciate you. Naughty Bear. Thank you. He said, we spent $11 trillion on 3 wars in the last 20 years. They've got it. It's owed. It starts with cash and other things. Yeah.
No, that's a fact. Like I said, like, I feel they should give niggas the bread, but at the same time, they need to change the way police is policing us. They need to change the food that they put in our supermarkets. They need to change the curriculums on how they're teaching the kids.
They need to change housing, the redlining that still exists. Redlining still exists. Let's not fucking act like it doesn't.
They need to change this homosexuality shit they pushing in the black kids' school. Come on, bro. They need to change all that. They need to change how black people's depicted in movies. They need to change all of that shit. Like, yeah, I want the bread. Give me the bread.
There was never any worry about where will the money come from when it came to them folks after World War II.
That's a fact. But they didn't need to worry about it because they got bread and they still got all their rights. We don't have shit. Like, you give a black man $1 million, the police will still pull you over and clap you. Everybody not in the hood living like shit. Like, you have like working class black people that are living good and police still treat us like shit. You feel what I'm saying? So they show you money ain't nothing.